I need to get a grip. I need to breathe and get a grip. I need to get through this video. I need to get through this video. Good morning. It's about 6:10 on Saturday the 1st of February 2025. It's officially the first day of my challenge. I will speak really quietly because the house is asleep. I'm going to do a meditation. I'm going to wake up a little bit and then start my day. Happy official February the 1st, guys. It's 8:40 in the morning. I'm feeling a lot more human. I've had a big cup of coffee. I've had breakfast. What did I have this morning? Mini tortilla wrap with egg mayo and a pork chop in it and some spinach. So I feel like I'm ready for my day. I've got a group dog walk in about an hour. It's like a Facebook event, a local one. So there's gonna be lots and lots of doggos there. I'm gonna try and pet as many as possible because that's also gonna be my challenge. I mean, come on, yeah. All right, so which one of you wants to come with me today? Because you have to be dog friendly. You are too angry at people. You are too angry at dogs. Maybe you can come with me. You wanna come with me to the dog meet? Oh, you're a good boy. You're a good boy. You wanna come with me to the dog meet? Have a sausage on a stick? I really appreciate a really nice beanie, a good quality beanie. Are you not happy with the ducky raincoat? Are you not happy? He's just a little social butterfly. Rocky, you forget who you came with? You're trying to join other families. Come on. Hello, hi, it's me, it's my face. I was going to do this when I was out walking. I said there was going to be a topic every single day for me to talk about. I'm not going out till later because I'm heading to a friend's house tonight for a gaming evening / sleepover / house party. I'm not going to be going out and recording my walk for this evening because it's going to be too dark. You're not going to be able to see anything. So I've sat down in my kitchen. I'm going to talk to you today about today's topic, and it's about how Alzheimer's has affected me and my two respective families. People worldwide are diagnosed with Alzheimer's or dementia every 3 seconds. Just let that sink in. It's more predisposed in women, especially over the age of 60, and that is when the risk increases. It doubles every 5 years. Those are really, really sobering facts, and especially as myself, as a woman, I'm 32 years old. I do have Alzheimer's dementia on both my maternal and my paternal sides. Although there isn't a huge link to these sorts of conditions and hereditary, it is stuff they're looking into. I am just human enough to be slightly concerned about that. I don't want to be at a point one day where I don't recognise myself. If I do, I do. It is what it is. It's the path predetermined for me. There's nothing I can do about it. The important thing is that all of these donations, the ones that I'm collecting and everyone else nationwide is collecting, goes directly to Alzheimer's Research UK in order to try and garner a way towards a cure, or at least slowing down this disease. There has been so many breakthroughs in the past decade or so, and trying to isolate the parts of the brain and the reasons why it degrades and why it slowly dies. I really hope there will be a cure one day. I don't know if there will be. Both sides of my family, my maternal grandmother, my nan, my most favourite person in the world, got diagnosed a couple of years ago after a really terrible accident. Until that point, she had slowly been degrading in terms of her memory anyway. She is, I think, at this point, 88, 89 years old, something like that. Every time I ask her age, she tells me she's 26, and she has done for the past 20 years, so who knows? But she is timeless in my eyes, and she is one of my most favourite people on this planet. I don't want her to go, either in the brain or physically. Obviously, that is going to be the end for us all. After this accident, my nan was diagnosed officially a couple of years ago. She moved from her own independence, kind of living on her own, into a care home, which she needed. Unfortunately, she wasn't at that point that she had the capacity to look after herself safely anymore. It was the only decision where they have 24-hour care and they have people that can look after her. So that's how my journey began into all of this. Since she was diagnosed, it's been an onslaught of information, papers from studies, from various websites and various charities, or for me to be able to understand what's going on, what the stages are, what I can do to help, what is beneficial to talk about, what is beneficial to stay away from, the moods that they have, their general kind of behaviour, eventual decline, and what sort of stages we're looking at. At the moment, my nan is in, I believe, stage 5. She has some cognitive function. She thinks I'm 17 years old, which is actually okay because I'm 32, and she says I'm a really pretty 17-year-old, so I'm happy with that. Sometimes she does hallucinate. She does think things are there or things are talking. Sometimes they could be inanimate objects. Sometimes they could be little teddies on the windowsill that we leave for her. It's so sad to see my most favourite people on the planet degrade in such a way. At the beginning, I really struggled with the grief, more so than I really let on to people. You have to let yourself feel it. I think that's the healthiest way to be able to deal with it. After reading so many stories, so many case studies, it's obvious that none of us are alone. We're all in a big boat trying to figure out the best way to sail to the land at the same time while bailing water out. And that's what it feels like sometimes. I'm actually going to go and see my nan tomorrow. I'm going to go to Reading. I'm going to go visit, say hi. So when my nan first went in the care home, I had the idea to record some of our conversations. So I would ask her certain questions like, what advice would she leave me with? What would she say to do if I was in this situation? Or what should I do if in this situation? I've recorded so many conversations for my own use that when she does go, I can still hear her voice. And sometimes you just need to hear the wisdom of people. She was the smartest lady, the most cantankerous, brave, smartest lady. She worked like 3 jobs at one point to bring up 4 kids, but she worked incredibly hard all throughout her life. I think it's really sad that at this stage you can work so hard and then be felled by a disease like this. And it's not fair. You're a good boy. All we can do is when we do go and see her, just talk to her like she's a normal person, because this is her normal state now. She will tell you stories, she will reiterate them again and again and again. She will worry about things that may have passed or get her memories confused. She will talk about the most random topics, and the most important thing is just to make sure that she feels like she's being listened to. I'll sit there and I'll ask her about her worry, and I'll say, tell me about your day, Nan. And then she'll turn to me, tell me about her day, where she worked in Tesco. She worked in Tesco for like 20 years, 10, 20 years, something like that. I'll go and visit her and she'll say, oh, I'm glad you've caught me just on my way out the door. And I'll be like, oh, Nan, that's really lucky. Let's just have a cup of tea for 5-10 minutes. And it's just about making her feel loved. And then she'll clap my hand and she'll say that I look really pretty today. She'll say things like, she'll tell me, or she has told me in the past, that I was the light of her life. And it's so nice to hear that from someone, that even though she's lost a lot of independence and some cognitive function, she still remembers how to say very nice things that are very familiar to me and that I appreciate very much. Even though obviously a lot of her memory isn't dependable, it's really nice to hear her voice. It's really nice to see her. That hit me out of nowhere. I'm sorry, guys. Sometimes it is really hard to talk about. Oh God. And that's why I feel so strongly about this. And that's why I wanted to help. Nan was a real staple of my support system growing up. I didn't know my father at the time, just myself and my mum and my mum's side of the family. My Nan kind of filled that void a little bit. If I was being out of control or my mum was having a problem with something, my Nan would step in, would help out as much as she can. Oh my God, I can't talk without crying. This is crazy. Okay, I need to get a grip. If I needed anything, I could ask that woman for the world and she would give it to me, no questions asked. A fact I probably took advantage of growing up as a teenager, as you normally do. You don't think about the things that you'll lose in the future or appreciate the present moment. Sadly, also on my dad's side of the family, my paternal side of the family, his father, who was my gramps, started to see symptoms maybe 5 or 6 years ago. Please correct me if I'm wrong, family, because I can't remember. And his disease really robbed him of everything. He was an extremely smart man, could fly a plane. He was a very, very, very smart guy, really knew his stuff. And I have only met him a couple of times in my life, unfortunately, so I wasn't around when all of this went down. From what I can gather and what I saw, he really deteriorated. And I think he was one of the really unlucky ones that started deteriorating slowly over a long period of time until the point where his body could continue no more. And I think some people, when they get Alzheimer's, they have to suffer with it very long because they may have some other bodily condition or they might have something else going on. It was quite cruel in a way because he was healthy aside from that. So it was just the Alzheimer's that robbed everything emotionally, physically, mentally of all of his faculties until he unfortunately couldn't eat or speak or walk anymore. And I think that was probably one of the most sobering aspects of all of this, seeing someone effectively die a really slow death. My small contribution in this world can contribute to someone or a family not having to go through this, then that's job well done. Then I'm very happy for my however small, however big contribution. And